Hello and welcome back to the Omegus SMP server. I am Amaros, and you may have seen it in one of the previous episodes clips, especially while doing the horses, but I have been testing a redstone door for our villager trading area here, and I've had a few options of what we could do, but a 4x4 piston door probably fit our needs the best, especially since there isn't a single block center but a 4 block center for this build here. So what we have is basically a Mumbo optimized 4x4 piston door here and a hookless tripwire actually to activate the thing. There we go. So we go through and it has a little bit of redstone to keep it open for a little bit, about 9 seconds, and then it closes. So I'm going to go ahead and replicate this door in the 2 locations I have left to do. I've had one over here just to kind of test what it's like going in and out, and I think it works pretty well. Here we go, let's see. Yep, like so. I might move the redstone back a little further just so it has more time to activate as we come up upon it and then can run through it. And I still have to add it to both sides. Fortunately, since it's working off of the properties of redstone ore, which is it detects us when we're close by, it'll actually trigger sometimes while we're on that side of the door, even if we miss triggering it from that side. The only downside is it just sits here and glows like this and doesn't let us open the door. But very rarely are we going to be just sitting there playing around showing people how the door works. So let me go ahead and get some componentry together and we'll get set up to build probably this door first. I went and pulled these back by 1 block, so there is a little bit more time for that to interact and open. And on this side, since we had a particular bit of a small space due to our shaft that does our village, I had to reverse the detection part here. So instead of having this coming off the back side, I have it coming off the front. That way we just have a little bit of depth there, just enough that all I had to do was just carve out 1 block right along here and put the redstone there. Unfortunately, that's about as condensed as that part can be, just on how it interacts. I got the clock set up over here for the close delay, and our magic block there that's keeping the whole thing closed. Now we get to tie in some kind of detection up front here. I'm thinking maybe another hookless tripwire, just like up at the front there. But this time, I'll just have the back end of the pistons exposed and just put string along the top of them. I think that ought to do pretty nice rather than doing the little bit of redstone. That way it's more reliable coming out and it doesn't trigger when players just kind of pass by. So I think that'll work out pretty good. Hopefully there's going to be enough space. Not sure how I'm going to tie this part in though. I really don't want to have to make 2 of those. Alright, I have got the redstone worked out for the inside of the door here. It's just a little 4-piece of string here. I'll probably design the inside of this wall here so it kind of comes out just a little bit to maybe here. Kind of force you to walk over this. I might have to adjust the timings on that. But let me go ahead and see if I can explain this redstone in a cohesive, coherent manner. Basically, we have some bud detecting pistons there, and when we step on the string, it fires, which gets illuminated by that torch, which sends a signal here, allowing these to turn off and the bud pistons to retract. Now it has a 3-tick pulse that goes along the backside here that keeps these extended to protect against those things just kind of spamming while I'm up here doing this. And they do a pretty good job. You heard it making some noise a little bit before. Now I made this extra run into here because this is where the clock is to handle the duration of the door being open. See, and right now it's closed. But this is just another setup from that side, just with the redstone to do the bud detection instead of string. Now this is a nice little contraption here. I got 9 grass blocks in the hopper here, and when the bud goes off and sends a signal here, it resets this RS NOR latch here, which allows these 9 grass blocks to drain into this hopper. And while it's doing so, this comparator puts a signal into this block, which turns off the torch and allows our door to open, because with this torch being on, it's in a default closed state. And so once all of the blocks have drained into here, this comparator turns off, releases a latch on that side, which turns off this torch by coming through here and back over to here, which allows the 9 grass blocks to drain back into here. And as soon as they're all back in there, this turns off and this comes back on once again, closing the door. I hope you caught that. Now the door is quite complicated since it's pretty compacted. It's actually really well compacted. You can see here the redstone trace line that pushes power into the pistons here, which are extended, giving us the bottom 4 blocks in our door. Now we have two directions this power goes. See, here's the block that we actually put redstone into. We have a torch tower here that just serves to power that piston there, this piston here, and that block here for that piston right there. The piston behind it, I'll show you that it's getting power from that block there. And it's mirrored on each side, so it's pretty straightforward that. Now we have a standard little redstone like step of half slabs. These are upper half slabs, so the signal will actually carry up and not get cut off. And that's to power that piston here, this one here, and it pushes power into there and here, which powers the two pistons when they actually get extended right here. And so that power is what's keeping those blocks extended and keeping the emeralds in their place. Now, if you thought that was complicated, we have even more up here. So we have at the top of this redstone half slab tower thing a little redstone torch. There it is. That gets turned off when these are on. It will turn on, send a signal with 3 ticks along here, which will turn this torch off. When it's on, this will have a signal which will power that block. Remember that I told you it was powering? Yeah. Now with that torch being off, it allows this torch to be on and this torch to be on, which closes these 4 pistons, of course, and sends a signal to this to turn this off. So it allows that down there to be retracted. Yeah, you can see right here. Good example. And like I said, it's mirrored on each side. This is kind of a pretty complicated bit of redstone. I kind of like it. It's really, really cool in how it actually works. And all of the little bits and bobs that it takes to get it to work. That block right there in particular is important so that the redstone doesn't connect. But I'm actually very pleased with it. It's a very nice door. And I kind of like this whole fudge piston hookless tripwire kind of concept. I mean, yeah, that kind of looks a little ugly versus something that's kind of decorative like this, but it is more reliable. See, right now I can't get it to actually go, whereas if we had the string there, it would be a for sure right up and out. But we can't put the string because of zombies and that kind of stuff, so yeah, don't stand in the door. But zombies won't actually send this redstone off, so it's a pretty safe way to protect the entrance from any miscreants. That's a fun little glitch. Uh-oh. Did we just run into the bug where the pistons disappear? I think we did. Nice. I haven't actually ever... Never mind. Never mind. Okay. That was interesting. Alright, back to something a little bit more reliable. We're over here at the lumber mill, and I just wanted to kind of get this thing finished off. I think what I'm going to do is just put some half slabs on the roof. I'm debating whether I want to do some kind of pattern or just do a straight oak wood kind of thing. I've got a little bit of something going on up here. Let me show you. There we go. So this area I'm kind of making out to be more of like a porch type place. And then let's get up here. And then I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to tie into this section here. My controller's got a little bit of an issue. The motion to the right here just kind of sticks once in a while, so have to bear with me on that. Might have to get it replaced, unfortunately. Alright, so let's hold shift and stabby right there. And then we can bring that down like so. Bring that like so. Nope. There we go. Like so. I think I should bring my axe into the dill. There we go. And then we can do that. So I'm thinking we can pull this down to the side, meet up with this roof somewhere along here, and give it a good pitch. This down to this side. Thinking of taking it at an angle as well. That way we can get some detail to it. And then, like I said, I might mix up some of these with an alternate color scheme or something, crisscross, zigzag, every other. I'm not sure yet. But let's get this thing hammered out and we'll see what I come up with. Alright, we have put some detail on it, not a whole lot, just added some more fences there, extended that out. And I think it turned out pretty well. We'll jump up Colin's little tart TP tent thing here and show you. It's pretty standard, not standard roof. It's not as steeply sloped as some of the more like normal builds there for houses, since this is an industrial roof. It's meant to cover rather than look pretty. So we got just a standard half slab slope there, a little bit of an eave. Thought I'd try filling that in with some cobble fences just to see how it worked. I think it turned out pretty well. Added some stone brick stairs here to give it some support. But yeah, I think it came out pretty well. I think we can call that done. Might need to figure out a way to hide those torches up there. Maybe put some kind of like redstone lamps or glowstone up there in some particular places just to get rid of the torches. But I think it works great. I'm doing my rounds, checking all of the little shops here, seeing if I need to restock anything, and check this out. Oh, we've been busy. 32 diamonds, and that's after already emptying it out once or twice. Yeah, this definitely was a pretty good idea for a shop, let me tell you. I think that was probably mostly this red sand. This used to be quite full. Actually, I think it was entirely full. Oh, we've sold some hardened clay as well. Not too much of the specific colors, but then again, I didn't really expect to, since, you know, you have to kind of want the actual color that's presented here. But 32, yes, I am quite excited with that. Well, guys, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed all of the fun that we had. Lots of redstone and a little bit of building, a little bit, just a teensy little bit. But we have more in store for this place tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe, do hit that like button, and we will see you next time. I know that you'll enjoy the project that I have in mind. It's just a little bit of a secret, but I know you'll like it. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.